Assalamualaikum, madam. Thank you for joining us to be our guest for today. So we will start our sharing question and answer now. Could you please introduce yourself?
Alright, Alhamdulillah. So thank you too because asking me to share some of my experience in managing my family. Okay, my name is Suaniza binti Mamat. I have been working here in accounting department, Kuliah of Economics and Management Sciences for almost 23 years. I have been teaching accounting subjects, basically management accounting subjects.
Could you please share with us why you choose the current job that you are in right now?
You mean as a lecturer?
Yes.
Okay, so Alhamdulillah. After graduating, actually, I was a Maybank scholar. But after doing further thinking about the job that I got at that time in Maybank, and then also the offer that I got here as a lecturer in UIA, then I decided to choose as a lecturer. Basically, it is based on the opportunity for me to be in academic rather than in the industry. As a lecturer, of course, it's not only about teaching, it also requires us to do research. And for me, the rule that research is where I learn more about the industry. So it's also giving me the opportunity to be a lecturer who teach and help students, right? And of course, with that knowledge, I can get benefit from them, right, by being a beneficial person. And at the same time, of course, I can also learn more or get more knowledge through the research itself.
We are moving into the family questions. Currently, how many children do you have?
Oh, okay. Alhamdulillah, I have 5 children. And they are all in 3 different batches. What I mean 3 different batches is basically the first 2 of my kids is now at the university level. They are studying at the university. So that's the first 2, boy and girl. And then the second batch, 2 boys. They are now in the primary school. And then the third batch, the baby. But now he's already 3 years old. So I have different level of kids with different age.
Does your husband also work? And if he is working, who is the one take care of the children while you are both working?
Okay, Alhamdulillah, yes, both of us are working, but I think that is the basic in a relationship. So this is where we respect each other and we tolerate each other. Given that both of us working, right, so we have to think of how to manage in terms of going to school, fetching them after school, and then for the ones that is still a baby, who to send to the nursery and so on. Alhamdulillah, being a lecturer and my house is very close or nearby UIA, of course the advantage will be on me lah, to manage the children day-to-day basis. But in the morning, right, because I will take care of the housework first, so my husband will do the logistic part. Logistic means here the transportation part lah, meaning to say that he will send the 2 kids to the school. Then because the baby is still small kan, so I will manage the baby and then send to the nursery after I have done with the housework. Now the housework is a lot, right? I mean, many things at home to be done, right? If I'm doing it all alone, alright, then they will be tired by the time we go to work. So this is where I had to prioritize, right? So I will just do the important things first, like cooking. All the cleaning I will outsource, means I will hire like weekend part-time based cleaners. So that's how we try to manage, right? Because we cannot do everything. Okay, because we are working at the same time we have the family. So things that we can outsource or ask help from others, even though we have to spend some money, then we have to. Alright, so we have to think in a way that we share the benefit of our salary with the cleaners who also in need, right? So you think of that way, then you will not be burdened of spending too much. And that's advantage for us because you have like some free time and you won't be tired by the time you go to work. And of course, the time management is very important. Love yourself.
Absolutely. As a working parent, how do you manage to balance your work responsibilities with your family life?
Okay, I have mentioned about the house chores just now, right? Because there are many things to do at home. That is where we have to try to seek help by maybe hiring the cleaners or part-time cleaners. And at the same time, of course, I also need to train my kids the basic things like cleaning their own beds, right? And then the laundry part. If they have time, then I have to delegate that as well, alright? Because it's not that all we have to pass to the cleaners. They have to learn the basic cleaning as well. Now, during the weekend, I'm talking about the weekend, we do that kind of like gotong royong, things that we don't do every day. Then we have like a schedule lah. Then you don't expect 8 a.m. They will follow exactly like what you said. No, we have to be flexible. Give them like 3 tasks, then ask them or negotiate when can you accomplish this. Of course, there are certain things like laundry. They have to be in the morning, so they have to do it anyway. So once they have free time, then we give them space to like play games and so on, right? So they must accomplish that first, the important things first, then they have their own time. Right, for me, when it comes to the family and small children, basically focus on the 3 smaller children, right, because they are growing up. So we have the responsibilities to train them to be disciplined, especially the solat. Alright, so that's why I say in the morning I try to focus as much as possible on managing the family in terms of the house chores, and of course the discipline in terms of the solat or the basic cleaning like make up the beds after wake up. And so I have to make sure that they're doing it, and the lights off or the electricity, although before they leave to school. So at that time I have to put priority. Is it the cooking first or the children first? Alright, it's always like which one to do first. But because when we talk about managing time, that's where I would normally wake up early before the kids. I mean, for example, it's 4 o'clock. Right, 4 o'clock, then I will spend time for myself first. Right, so for example, if I want to read Quran, and that is the time that I read Quran, then only I will start cooking. So I will settle the things that I have to do first before the kids get up from sleeping. And then once we solat, then I settle myself, then only I have the time for the kids. It will not be long, because like say 6:30 after solat subuh, 6:30 to 7:30 is their time. I mean, we have to make sure they're ready for the school and the solat, and then for the school. And that's why it's important. If I want to prepare breakfast, I have to do before that solat subuh. Simple breakfast lah. Okay, then once they go to school, then I manage for the small kid lah. Then we go to work and so on, right? During the work, that is where I have to focus lah. And after work, say for 5:30, then again the kids time. Okay, again we have to ask ourselves, what's the focus at that time? The critical time is 6:30, 7:30, because it's Maghrib and they are hungry. So again we ask, and we have to be very quick, very efficient, because we have to quickly address what is more important. Is it the housework or the kids first? For us, having children, of course the kids lah. If we don't have time to cook, we can always buy. If we buy the food every day, then maybe it's not healthy and so on. So that's why the planning is very important. That's why I said, if you know that you have to do 3 things, then look back what time you have to. Right? Some people have difficulty to wake up early. In my experience, it's a mindset. If you normally sleep for 5 hours, your body will actually respond to that 5 hours. So if you sleep about 10:30, what time can you wake up? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. 3:30 you dah boleh wake up. And it's not that good time for tahajud. You see, I mean, logically advantage we as a Muslim kan. So we don't feel that if you wake up at 5:30, then what you want to do? Bukanlah buat kerja rumah cuba kan. So spend time for yourself first, then you prepare the time or manage the time for others. It's always you have to fulfill yourself first. What is the best thing that you want to do for yourself?
We settle for yourself first.
Yes, you see, that time is where you want to do journal, I mean your own diary, or you like to read something.
It's a time first.
Exactly. So if you feel satisfied with what you want, you fulfill what you want, then only you can fulfill others. But if you don't feel satisfied with yourself, that's where you feel like unsettled inside you. Then how can you be calm facing the children that has many tantrum? Seorang hilang stokin, seorang hilang botol air, hilang kopiah kan. So that's why I say it's always about us first. And of course at this age lah, 47 lah kan, of course lah we are coming back to how we want to fulfill as a servant of Allah kan. So that's why the time lah.
In case of medical emergency or any problem at school or other matters related to the children, who will go and attend them?
Okay, of course, whenever we register the kids to school, the school will ask the emergency contact kan. So in my case, I have the advantage with my sisters. I have my sister here, but so far never lah. We will never contact them because it's either me or my husband. So it depends on where we are at that time lah. So of course, most of the time I will be here around Gombak. The school's also here. So I will be the first to be very quick lah to arrive at the children. So far like that lah, no emergency cases yang where we are far away. And the advantage for me now is where my daughter, the first one, she's already 23 years old lah. So she can drive. She's also here nearby. She will be the one next lah after me and my husband. So alhamdulillah, that's the beauty having the 3 batches.
Yes,
I have the older.
Glad they are older now.
So the brother and the sister, so the elders tu boleh take care of the younger ones, insyaAllah. And of course, never shy to ask help or never refuse the help of others. Now, we can ask nicely, but if they do not want or they can't, then that's fine. So you can ask without expectation. You understand, right? So just ask. There's no harm of asking.
Jangan selalu bertanya.
You just ask nicely. Okay? If you got that means Allah permit. Then that's your rezeki or that's your chance to get help from others. But if you never ask help, then how can you know whether people can help or not? We have good friends, we have good family, kan? So try to say help.
How do you enjoy quality time with your children and your husband despite a busy schedule with your work?
Okay. During weekdays, as I mentioned, not much quality time. Just about 1 to 2 hours in the morning, and then a few hours at night. And at night, because they have the Quran class, kan, and then they have homework, kan. I mean, homework not that much lah nowadays. But then after school, they want, let's say, play football or badminton, just about half an hour, then I have to cook. So it's very limited time, right? Okay, after school, normally I was the one who pick up them. So I will make sure that the time that we have in the car, even it's just about 15 minutes. So that's where I will ask questions. I will ask questions. Because in the car, you are very close to each other. Right, and then what else you can do? Because I don't give them phones. I don't give. So they don't have that. So they have only me in the car. That is the time where they will say, "Umi hungry." So in a way, they will speak to us. They request, can we stop at the shop? That time lah kita nak layan kan. That is where we try to entertain and understand them. Especially yang smaller lah. Small kids tu dia demanding sikit kan. Okay, fine, layan you. Okay, that's during weekdays lah, which is very limited. I don't teach them Quran. I send them to the nearby surau, right? But once in a while, I will ask them to read with me because I just want to listen to their progress lah. The other thing is because I know at school pun ada, they have the hafazan and so on, and because of the schedule jugalah kan. And then with the father, of course, right? It's a complementary. If I don't have time, then the father has time. And I take care in the afternoon, but the father take care in the morning kan, because the father will send the kids to school in the morning. Okay. And then during weekend, both of us will be there, of course, and that's where we will having outdoor punya activities lah. And especially listening to what they like to do or the sport they want. So at that time lah, we just try to ask lah if they request to buy, like say for example volleyball. The father will try to address the request lah. Or maybe they want to go swimming. See, so that's the time where we try to understand what they want. Right, and try to follow. I mean, outside the school activities lah, the things that they don't do at school kan. So just to distract them from the usual activities. Sometimes we go watching a movie at cinema or celebration. So I think even simple moments like that will create good relationship among us kan. The holiday is not always every week we can go holiday kan. So maybe once in a 3 months the school holiday, that we can arrange 3 days 2 nights kan. So that's another quality time lah. We make sure all of us available. Now if all of 5 the kids not available, then normally what I will do, I will try to arrange that holiday to the one where we have the kids. For example, the second one, he studying at UTP, Perak. So that is where we try to arrange holiday somewhere in Perak.
Nearby him.
Yeah, so because I like to have all the 5 the time together. So some people they will choose the holiday where they want to go. For me, I am flexible. We go to the place where the kids are. And for the small children, they don't mind whenever they go, as long as there is a place to swim, or maybe they can play sand at the beach, right? So it depends, right? Like the first one, the eldest is here in UIA, so she always here. Sometimes after school we will go to Mahala and have dinner. So that's how we spend with the sister, I mean the eldest. So the second one is quite far kan, the Perak. So that's where we find the holiday somewhere there lah. Of course it's not every week, it's like once in 3 months kan. But the moment lah, you create that moment. It doesn't have to be long or many times kan.
As long as it can be remembered.
Yeah, that's right.
What the biggest challenge that you find while raising the children, and also while having the job at the same time?
Biggest challenge
Challenge.
the focus in terms of the job and the children. Before that, of course lah, the focus on the house chores. Which one to do first? Because it's many kan. Kat rumah tu, it's about the cooking, the dishes, the laundry, and then sweeping the floor kan. So which one first? And then when starting to do the house chores, then I remember, I have things to do because I have to prepare for the classes. And then also for the master supervision maybe. So there is like list of things to do at the office as well. Kan? And then for the kids, we also have like list of things to do for the kids itself. Kan? Their Quran time, they have to pay the Quran fees kan. And then the teacher request to buy something for the arts class. Kan? So you see, there are many lists of things to do for the 3 different responsibilities tadi lah.
So the challenge is to focus.
How to focus, right? So that's why I practice myself. Which one is the most important? Prioritize. Doesn't matter is the work or the children or the house chores, right? Which one is the most important? Now, I can do that because being a lecturer, that is like flexible hours. It's not to say that it's easy job. No, when it comes to do the marking exam question, where we have deadline, we have just 2 weeks to finish marking, and then the results to be discussed and released to the students. So that is where we really need to focus that 2 weeks to finish marking. And remember, we have to be very careful because it's about the marks of the students. We have to avoid errors if possible. Of course, human mistake, you can't predict. That is where I say it's not easy job as a lecturer, but it's the flexibility. So if let's say we have to fulfill 8 hours, so that's how I manage. Sometimes I do 1 hour before subuh. Right? Because I wake up early. And then I focus the children. Then I start working as normal. Then maybe at night another 1 hour. Or if I don't make up that 8 hours, then I have to spend maybe 1 or 2 hours during the weekend. I always ask, I hope Allah will accept my jobs or whatever I do. Even after office hours, we still entertain students' questions and so on. When students ask and then we reply to students, that is an easy job for us to do at any time. So I don't mind doing that because I hope that's the way I can fulfill my amanah. The relationship of the students. Like for some, maybe they don't want to do that, but I'm okay because I know that I have that constraint as well during the office hours. I have to be flexible. So knowing that, I have to recover the inefficiencies during the weekdays, right, in other time, right? So I hope Allah receive lah my task, insyaAllah.
So what do you find the most rewarding about being a working parent?
Fulfill the amanah.
Fulfill the amanah.
That's one of your punya.
Yeah, fulfilling the amanah.
Okay. So because when you have kids, we will be questions how we raise them. And raising, of course, is not easy. Like I have 3 different batches too. Different lah. dia punya requirement kan. The teenager punya level lain, primary school lain, the babies also different. Okay, so we always try to improve kan, but there are many things that we want to do. So again, come back to the list of things to do kan. As a parent in Islam, the beauty of us as a Muslim, Islam is the way of life. So what is the compulsory thing to do? It's the solat. Because solat is everything. It's about discipline kan. So if I have many things in mind that I want my kids to do, I will highlight or strongly about solat first. So even though there are things like, okay, please tie up your bag, clean out your shoes, first put the priority. Nah, solat dah settle ke belum? If settle solat, then we'll be more lenient for other things, right? So fulfill amanah, especially the solat. If solat is settled, insyaAllah the other things Allah will help kan.
Maybe is lah kan, dimudahkan
insyaAllah.
How does your husband support you in taking care of the children? So how do you share your parenting duties
between us?
Yes.
Okay, when we marry to a man, of course we want like a prince charming kan. Okay, but reality is the two humans coming from different background of families. The husband has a different upbringing. Me have different upbringing. So of course the character will be different. So the expectation has to be managed first. Like for me, it's quite difficult to divide the housework because of the time, the working time. Okay? So that's why I hire the part-time cleaners to do the main thing. Right. My husband normally will take care on, like say, the strategic thing or like ambitions. What courses that my kids plan to do. Engineering ke, computer science ke. So he will take care of that part. I will take care on the house chores or everyday punya detail. Man, dia tengok yang more long term, yang future.
Harapan.
Yes, yeah. So I think that's something that I have to value as well. So I cannot expect my husband to do everything like washing dishes ke. Of course he will do kan semua thing. But again, why we want to expect them to do that every day when we can hire cleaners? As I said, there are not so important thing we can pass to others and we pay, then that's fine, right? So we have time for the children. And then my husband, they like to spend the time for the hobbies of the children, like playing chess together. You duduk kat situ 1 hour pun tak apa. I don't really do that. So he will take care of that. Then I will take care of other things that I like. I like doing cleaning and cooking. Then he manage other things for kids kan. So I think that is fine. Playing chess, bringing them for golf, what courses they want to take. Yang my eldest tu dia dah nak graduate kan. So what kind of jobs, how to start life after graduation. Yes, it's more on that kind of thing.
Okay, how do you manage your stress in work and family?
Okay, that's normal. As a student, so mesti all ada stress kan. Okay, so that is where I said earlier, I think at the beginning I mentioned love yourself first. Self-love is the first love. I just learned about this actually. If you're happy with yourself, no matter what happen around you, you don't really bother about it. And we believe that if you have tried to help others but they don't want to listen, that's fine. Because Allah will help them. For example, one of your kids do not solat, and you have been asking and you have been reminding about the solat and so on, but doesn't listen, right? So we cannot control others, right? Of course we can scold them and so on, but then if it's like that, we have put our effort. So we leave it to Allah. Okay, so what Allah want to see is what is our effort. So we have done our effort, we have already prayed. Then if He doesn't change, then what else we can do, right? What is important, we still treat them in a good way. We still communicate with them in a good way. I mean, it's not only about our children lah. Maybe at the office, kan? Sometimes we meet people that always complain. And the important part is that if you satisfy with yourself, you will keep calm. Then how you respond to others? Because you already calm, kan? So no matter you come and scold me, I can be calm in answering in a right way lah. It's not that we have to just smile and so on. When we are calm, then we have a better way to respond.
Betul. Kita
kan?
boleh fikir lagi.
You can think, dah pause and reflect lah. Kan? Or if we cannot at that time, then we still can think and maybe back off ke, then find ways maybe at least you can say like, okay, maybe it's not good time to discuss about this. Maybe next time. So we give time to ourselves. So that kind of response tu is important, and it have to be very immediate punya reaction. If inside us we always have the complaint, sebenarnya dah lama aku pendam ni, aku rasa macam kan, macam kita rasa nak lepas je. So bila you datang kat I marah, I pun mesti akan marah balik. Burst lah kan. And that's why that inside us is very important. I think Islam says if we want to get that calm is with Allah. That's why I think it's very important those zikir-zikir kan. Why Rasulullah always ask after solat kurang-kurang yang 33 kan. It's actually coming back to that lah, supaya we can manage our emotion. Our emotion kan. So whatever things outside, you don't really get that stressful situation. If you are stressful pun, okay, dia logik lah. Kalau banyak kerja tak siap, you will be stressful. But it will be like manageable emotion, a stressful situation kan. Dia tak adalah sampai kita nak depress, nak bunuh diri ke. No, insyaAllah it will not be. I think the question that you are asking ni basically applies during the COVID pandemic.
Ya betul. Full time memang dengan
I have my job where online classes kan. We have to be in the laptop. Then the children yang sekolah tu, they have also to be in front of the laptop. Then if there's problem with the network, they need my help. How can I help when I have my students as well? Then after class, all will be hungry. Then we cannot buy food outside, kan? Unless we grab lah. But how can do grab every day? Cost will be high. Then how can we clean? Because normally I call cleaners. But cleaners cannot come. Wow, masa tu I think
really tough.
and then at that time my husband he was on outstation quite number of times at the trip, the outstation kan. I think that was the lowest point in my life lah. But Alhamdulillah, as I said, if you back to Allah, then Allah will help in whatever ways. So we will not actually go into, insyaAllah lah, we will not go into depression. So it's stress is good, but how we manage. And you don't manage, then you will be in the worst situation. Sama juga macam belajar lah kan. Sama. It's all about us inside. Okay.
So soalan terakhir lah, last question.
Dah, kejap je.
Yes. What tips and strategies do you have to other working parents for a balanced work life?
Okay. Learn and learn. Before married, learn, belajar, get ilmu. Kan, masa tu kita rasa macam okay, I will get good husband, Prince Charming kan. Sebab belum kahwin, belum duduk sekali. Yang selalu dapat pun okay call, semua cakap sayang. Lepas tu apa lagi, dapat hadiah, good things lah. Kita belum lagi basuh baju dia, belum lagi masakkan untuk dia. Lepas tu dah penat dah.
Tak harungi daily life lagi.
Kan. So the reality, it will be different. It's not that to say reality will be different to always bad. The reality which is bad may be good for us. Okay, contohnya kan, okay, when it comes to situation bila my husband dia selalu outstation kan, then how can I seek help from him? Kan? So that is where Allah is preparing me to be independent physically kan. Not to say that we have to ignore him, no. Mentally we still have a husband where we can call ke untuk share stories. So itu pun dah membantu untuk help our emotion kan masa tu. Tapi maknanya bila macam tu, I have to think, okay, so when I wake up, what I need to do first. So I kata, okay, I need more time, so that's why I have to wake up early in the morning before the kids wake up kan. So that's where dah bangun sebelum subuh, why not aku buat je dua rakaat tahajud ataupun baca Quran kan. So bila macam tu kita rasa dah lega dah. Kan, dah lega dah, kita dah rasa satisfied. Then baru kita tengok kerja lain. If it cannot manage laundry, nak manage laundry, it's okay. You have to wash another time. You know, I pernah je I wash the laundry tu, dia tak sempat jemur kan. It's fine. Lepas tu you jemur lah balik, tak matinya pun. Kalau dulu aja yang perfectionist, mesti nak kena jemur juga. Mesti yang nak basuh 2 kali. No, Alhamdulillah lah. Rasanya that is the beauty after passing those moments lah. So I tak ada yang macam perfectionist punya level dah. I dah reduce my standard. It's fine.
As long
It's
as dah
fine.
settle
Kalau
lah.
sekali-sekala tak apalah kan. Tapi lepas tu kita dah tahu tu, we improve lah. Takkanlah kita nak basuh setiap kali. Nak basuh baju 2 kali kan.
Betul.
Then kalau tak sempat, now we have Dobby kan, laundrynya.
Laundry dah keringkan baju siap.
And the kids pun kadang-kadang yang kecil tu seronok je pergi laundry. Sambil tunggu kat kedai sebelah. So I say you always find things yang okay juga this way.
Betul.
As long as everyone is happy. Kan? So don't make it like it has to be this way je. Kalau orang perfectionist macam I don't know, macam tu lah. Nak ikut I je. Kan? Nak ikut cara I je kan. Memang lah. So it's totally opposite. Normally you will get a person who will be the opposite to you. I mean, you marry someone yang maybe the characteristic of your future husband tu is opposite to you, because Allah jodohkan tu to be complementary, complement each other. So if you are perfectionist, you will get a husband yang mungkin
simple-simple, okay.
Very loose kan. Then there is tendency that kenapa dia teruknya. Masa sebelum tu semua indah belaka kan. That is the caution lah. But as I said, it doesn't mean that things yang you see, you rasa mungkin bad is worse for you. No. Kan? So ingat kalau Allah uji, tanda Allah sayang kan. So it just how you manage. Rasulullah pun been of course lah, all the prophets kena uji kan. Tapi Nabi Muhammad pun ada tahun kesedihan kan. Abu Talib, the grandfather tu meninggal dengan Khadijah. Kan dia tahun kesedihan. So dia pun down masa tu. I mean as a prophet. So because we are human, it's okay not to be okay kan. It's just that kalau kita sedih, kita jangan berlama-lama. Then how we transform that sedih into, takkanlah macam everyday nak sedih kan. Okay, macam mana nak convert that sedih into a happy mood pula. So kita wake up every morning, hari tu kalau kita rasa sedih lagi, cuba buat something new yang you suka. Macam I suka brisk walking, pergilah setengah jam sekejap. Ataupun I suka breakfast yang best-best. So you start your day, the day with something that you like kan. So kita pun dah lupa sikit kan. Kau dah lupa sikit kan tu. Ataupun if you are very macam yang cepat marah, how you transform that marah into another state kan. Sebab Nabi Muhammad, kalau Nabi Muhammad cakap apa, kalau berdiri, kalau marah dan keadaan berdiri, dan kita duduk, dan kita ambil wuduk kan. You see how Prophet pun dah advise to change the position kita ni daripada one state to another untuk ubah emosi tu. So it's very relevant. So macam kalau kita nak sedih, kita tukar. Maksudnya kita jangan duduk atas katil tu sedih menangis sambil main telefon. Memang macam tu je lah. Kan. So you have to acknowledge, aku sedih ni ya Allah. You write down. Kan you luahkan, okay aku sedih ni ya Allah ni. Then how you transform to a different, okay tak apa, aku nak buat something aku suka. Then you go. But we have to accept that first. Because we are human. Kita memang sedih, memang kita jenis yang marah kan. We coming back to your question, tips kan tadi kan. Memang kena belajar. Kalau tak belajar macam mana nak mengurus emosi, macam mana nak tahu I kena terima dulu emosi tu. Ya Allah memang aku sedih. Then what's next to do? Okay, kena break pattern tadi tu. Kan? Lepas tu kalau kita tak belajar pasal sirah Rasulullah, kita pun tak tahu rupanya kalau marah tu dari berdiri kena duduk. Kan? So sebelum kahwin lain ilmunya kan. Tak apalah, that's fine. We are human, we can have a dream. We want a prince charm kan. So fine. Cuma bila dah kahwin, then you get a totally different character of the husband. That's fine. Then belajar macam mana nak menerima dan membantu mungkin suami tu untuk jadi lebih baik. And then kita kena communicate. Apa ya, ingat macam ni lah kalau abang boleh tolong. Ada pula macam mana nak minta ataupun nak bantu suami berubah tu, ada cara dia pula. Ada steps dia pula. So
learn.
Yeah, belajar. So bila dapat anak, ilmu lain pula, parenting pula. Memang dalam Islam pun from cradle to grave kan. So it's all about ilmu. Kalau kita tak ada ilmu tu, memang kita akan terlalu mengikut kita punya emosi tu kan. Yang you know, nafsu kan, we know the nafs state. Whenever we end lah, then it will be in that disaster lah. Nak masuk syurga kan dengan ilmu kan. So that's why lah. Macam mana Rasulullah respon kalau masa ada siapa yang berbaling najis dalam masjid. You tengok Nabi Muhammad tak respon dengan cara marah kan, walaupun orang tu Lepas tu ada seorang perempuan tua yang macam mengutuk dia. Masa tu Nabi Muhammad tolong pegangkan beg perempuan tua tu. Lepas tu perempuan tu tak tahu itu Nabi Muhammad. Jadi dia kutuk Nabi Muhammad sambil-sambil jalan ni. Lepas tu baru dia tahu. Tapi macam mana Nabi Muhammad respon? So you see, macam I cakap tadi, when I said if you are calm inside yourself, then you, I mean, the macam aura tu it's transform to others in a calm way. No matter how people do to you. Cuma kalau orang tu memang datang nak pukul you, takkan you nak tahan je. No lah. That's my the way kan. Kalau ada harimau datang, takkan you nak tunggu je. Oh, aku sabar kan. No, not that way. That's why I kata kita kena ada cara dia untuk selamatkan diri lah.
Depends on the situation.
Depends on the situation. Macam dekat Palestin kan, mestilah dia nak fight kan, because kita tahu kita di pihak yang benar kan.